Hi guys, this is Kyne with CBC Life and I'm back again here to give you this full glam prom makeup tutorial. You know, I have done many girls' prom makeup in the past and they kind of fall into two categories. There's the ones that are a little scared of makeup, they don't really know what they're doing, they want something that just feels familiar, that's natural and beautiful. And then there's the girls who are wearing makeup every day and for prom they want to step it up. They want full glam, they take the whole day off and just pamper themselves. And I mean, I think most people, they only really get dressed up like this only a handful of times in their life, so I understand the hype. You know, why not have fun with it and just go outside of your comfort zone and just go big or go home. In my look, we're kind of throwing it back to this classic, timeless black smoky eye, which is gonna match anything you're wearing. It's dramatic, it's glamorous, but you still look like yourself, but just like hotter. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how it's done so you can try it yourselves at home. Let's get started. Okay, so we're starting off with a freshly cleaned, shaved, and moisturized face. If shaving is not your thing, at least clean and moisturize your face to prep for makeup. Now, the foundation step is going to be a little bit different for everyone based on your skin and what you feel comfortable in, but in my opinion, bold smoky eyes call for full coverage foundation. I even put foundation on girls with like perfect skin because it acts as a base on which we're going to blend our highlights and contours and blush on top. After my foundation is on, I like to use a cream contour, which is just going to be a foundation that's a couple shades darker than your natural skin tone that I apply at the temples and along the cheekbone and jaw. The biggest mistake I think people make is only contouring their cheekbones, and it looks unnatural. The key is to apply contour all along the sides of the face, so the edges of your forehead, along the jawline. This way the center of the face is brought forward and the perimeter is being snatched back. It makes your face look smaller and just highlights all your best features. The next step is we're going to set the face with powder. This is going to help keep all the oils at bay throughout the night, as well as making your makeup just last as long as possible. So this is really a step you should not be skipping. An optional step, if you're one who really likes the bronzer and contouring, is to use a powder contour to emphasize that cream contour that we just laid down. Again, you want to use a really big brush and big brush strokes so that everything looks soft and blended together. When it comes to the nose, I like doing just a little bit of nose contour just because the nose can often get lost in the full coverage foundation, especially with like flash photography, it can get washed out. So I'll blend a little bit of contour down along the sides of the nose, not trying to reshape it or anything, just to highlight the features and bring it forward. And this is the entire base done, so now we're going to move on to the smoky eye. Smoky eyes are all about going from your lightest shadows to your darkest. I have this palette here from Urban Decay that has a pretty nice range of warm browns from light to dark, and you want to start with the lightest brown that you have and start blending that into the eye socket. If you don't really have a deep defined eye socket, just blend with your largest eyeshadow brush in the largest radius around your upper eyelid. This brown is called a transitional shade because this is what we're going to transition between our skin tone and then the darker browns and black. So after you lay down this color and it's blended and diffused, you can reach for a darker brown and repeat the exact same step, except maybe you go in a tighter radius around your eye. Maybe you even pack it onto the lid. We want to create a gradient of light brown at the top and going darker as you go closer to the eye. And that's why it's called a smoky eye. It's darkest around the eyes and it fades out like smoke. Sometimes you can see at the drugstore they sell those little eyeshadow palettes for smoky eyes. I tend not to like those because if you've noticed, lots of them have gray. And I think gray, then all the cool tones, they tend to age you. They're not the prettiest color to put on the eyes, at least in my opinion. I tend to prefer my smoky eyes to be warmer and go from black to brown to skin tone, not black to gray to white. Now on the lower lash line, I'm going to take a smaller eyeshadow brush and I'm going to repeat the same process of starting with brown and then going darker with black afterwards. If you're afraid of using black down there, I'd recommend just using dark brown, but I wouldn't leave that area totally naked because you still want to balance out the shadow that's on top. Next, I'm going to fill in my brows, and I don't like doing a super bold graphic brow with smoky eyes. Just take a brown eyeshadow or pomade and just fill in where the brows are sparse. Next is my favorite step, which is false lashes. I always apply mascara first to blacken my natural lashes, and then I apply the lashes with a pair of tweezers after letting the glue dry for about 20 to 30 seconds. That's going to be an important step. If you put them on too quick, they slide around and it's messy, so wait until the glue is tacky and your life will be a whole lot easier. To finish up the look, I'm adding a little bit of highlighter in the inner tear ducts of my eyes and on the top of the cheekbone to give me that little glow. I'll also add a little bit of blush to warm up the face and some nude lipstick, and we're done. This is the finished look. I hope you guys liked this video and that you learned something cool. If you liked watching me, my name's Kyne, and you can follow my social medias at onlinekyne and follow CBC Life for more tutorials like this. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!